Hi, my name is Debbie Naylor. My blog is Unforgettable Stamping, and today I'm going to show you how to make this quick and easy birthday card. It's featuring a really pretty color palette of Crisp Cantaloupe, Strawberry Slush, and Coastal Cabana, three of our in colors that debuted last year, and I think they look really great together. So I posted earlier on my blog the inspiration piece for this card, and that was this gift bag that I created for my Fabulous Friday blog post. And I took all the colors from this gift bag. I put the colors together for this flower. And this flower and the flower that's on my card were both created using one of our fabulous new dies in the new catalog. It's called Flower Frenzy, and I just left the cutout, the cardstock on here so you could really see, because if I didn't have this on here, it'd be hard to tell, but there are lots of great images or shapes that cut out. And so you've got flower pieces, you've got two different kinds of leaves. It's really fun to mix and match when you cut several sheets together. And what I did when I did mine was I ran 2 sheets of the Strawberry Slush and a sheet of the Crisp Cantaloupe all at the same time, because it's a steel rule die, you can actually do multiple layers. So I did that to get my flower layers, and I actually used 2 of this piece in Strawberry Slush and 1 of this shape with the Crisp Cantaloupe. So I'm going to show you those. And all I did is I just cut the cardstock a little bit smaller, and you can just lay it on top. Just like that. So if you don't want to waste a whole half sheet of cardstock and have lots of different shapes, you can certainly do this. So just run it through, and when you are done, you're left with this. So this is how I'm going to create my flower piece. So I'm going to set those aside because I'm not ready to put that together yet. Then I wanted to add some texture to this Coastal Cabana piece. And this is a sketch that was from the Casual Fridays, and I'm not sure what number it is, but you can certainly check out all those details on my blog. But the embossing folder that I used is this new large polka dots, and it's a lot of fun. You can just fit your cardstock in wherever, and I tried to make it so it didn't end up with any like little tiny pieces embossed, so I would just hold it up here, get it placed exactly where I want it, close it, and then run it through my Big Shot. So I went ahead and already did that. And so I've got this piece here. It kind of reminds me of Lego pieces. And then I've got my Whisper White cardstock mat that's going to go along with that. So now I've got all my pieces cut, and I have my Crisp Cantaloupe card base. It's 8.5 by 5.5, and I just scored it at 4 1/4. So I'm just going to use my bone folder, give that a nice crisp edge. And then real quickly, I want to show you, if you noticed this punch out, the Wish Big, it's not a punch that we actually have, and I'm going to show you exactly how I came up with that. I played around with the different shapes and punches, and I really like the way this one turned out. So the stamp set that I used is called A Dozen Thoughts, and it's got lots of different words. The ones that I used were Wish Big. I have it in clear mount, so I've gone ahead and attached it to my block, and I'm going to use some Strawberry Slush ink, and I'm just using a piece of scrap Whisper White. I have lots of these little pieces that I keep in a bag. Okay, and then once I get that done, I'm going to, now this piece is actually, I'm going to use this decorative label punch, and because it's a smaller piece, I'm going to actually attach it to a Post-it note so I can feed it in there. And I'm just going to, actually I think I used this side. I use the smaller edge here. Oops. Turn that around. You want the sticky part of the Post-it note to stick. Okay. So I'm just going to feed it in and figure out where the center point is. I'm going to go ahead and punch. Now, I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to feed it back into my punch. So again, I'm just going to stick that on to the Post-it note, and then I'm going to come back in and line it up this way. And that's how I got that shape. So it gives you more versatility with the larger punches to actually make a smaller thing. So really quick, really easy. And because you're seeing what you're punching, you can adjust it to any size. You could actually use the longer edge too if you had a longer word, but mine is nice and small. So now that I've got all of the parts and pieces cut out and stamped, I'm going to go ahead and assemble it. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull out my Tombow, and I'm going to just attach real quickly the Coastal Cabana piece to my Whisper White. And this just really helps it to pop off of that crisp cantaloupe. Now I'm using the new Baker's Twine, the thick Baker's Twine for the In Colors from last year. And I don't know if you could see, but I twisted it to give it a little more dimension. And so I love to leave my ribbon on the spool. It makes it easier to work with. I'm just going to take it, double it up, and then twist. Actually, I don't even need that much. So I'm going to just twist it and secure it on the back with a piece of tape. And then I'm going to cut. Twist it a little bit more and bring it around to the back. And that's going to keep the twist in place. Okay, so that's how I got that little bit of extra dimension. And now I'm going to put my flower together. And it's pretty flat if you put it together like this. I wanted to give it a little bit more dimension, although that's fun. I like to take my bone folder and I'm just going to curl each of these petals. I'm actually curling them down. Just run it along, just like that. See how it pops up? And do the same thing to this one. Okay, and now I'm going to take my dimensional and I'm actually going to use one of the little edges. So I'm just going to snip it just like that. So I only need a little tiny one. And I'm going to put it right there in the center. I'm going to rotate it like that. And that's what gives me that shape. And if some of your little petals got flattened, you can always go back and do it like that. And then I'm going to add a little bit of my Tombow right in the center. Oh, and these two. Now these I actually want to pull up. I'm just going to, just really carefully because they're pretty delicate, attach that. Okay. Now to add a little bling, I'm going to pull out my rhinestones. And I'm going to add the largest rhinestone right to the center. But then I wanted to add some of these smaller ones on the outer petals. The snips make it really easy for placement. It's kind of like using them as tweezers. Just have to make sure you get that adhesive off the sheet. So I like to scoop it up the tip of my scissors. And there you go. Quick and easy little fun flower embellishment. You could also emboss it before you put it together, but I decided since I had embossing already on my piece, I was going to just leave it smooth. Okay, so now, because I have this twine here, I'm going to add dimensionals to the corners. and one in the center to adhere this to my card. I'm just going to center that up. And the same thing with my Wish Big. I'm just going to add 2 little dimensionals. And the last thing I'm going to do is add, I guess 1 should be enough, and add that to my card. And there you go. Quick and easy. In order to get all the dimensions of the different pieces that are on my card, I'm going to be sending that out to my newsletter subscribers later today. If you'd like to get onto my newsletter distribution list, you can sign up for that right on my blog. It's in the upper right hand corner on the sidebar of my blog, and I'll be happy to send that to you. I do send these out weekly. I'm a little behind this week. My kids are out of school and we had a lot of doctor's appointments and things, but I did promise to get this out by the end of the week. Today's Friday, so I guess I managed to get that done. So anyway, I hope you like my card. It's fun, summery, and with summer right around the corner, it's a great birthday card to give to a friend, especially if you pair it up with this bag. I just bought a white bag out of the dollar store and embellished it with some fun new ribbon. This is the new ribbon that's in the catalog in the Bermuda Bay, which goes perfectly with the Coastal Cabana. These are the leaves from that same Flower Frenzy die. I just folded them in half and ran them through with my wood grain folder, and I added some texture on the back piece here. The warmest wishes on your birthday is just a little, I had a strip, I stamped it, I notched it, and then I glued it down here and stuck a little dimensional here. By pushing it up, it kind of gives it that fold, or that like fun wavy banner effect. But it's a great way to give a personalized gift to someone. You can match your card to your bag, and even if you just put a bag of chocolates in here, whoever receives it is going to love it. I hope you give it a try. Thanks so much, and have a great day. Bye-bye.